Have you ever walked through your house looking for one missing sock, only to discover your dog proudly carrying it like a trophy? Not chewing a toy, not touching the expensive bone you bought, not playing with the rope in the corner. No, they chose your sock. The old one from the laundry basket, the fresh one from your drawer, the one you needed 5 minutes ago. And somehow, they never seem confused about what to steal. They know exactly which object matters most. They grab it, run, look back to make sure you're watching, then parade through the house like they've just won a championship. Most people laugh and assume they understand this behavior. Dogs are naughty. Dogs are weird. Dogs just like chewing fabric. Dogs want attention. And yes, sometimes attention is absolutely part of the story. Sometimes texture matters too. Sometimes it really is play. But if you think dogs steal socks for only one simple reason, you may be overlooking one of the most revealing windows into canine psychology, because socks are not random objects. To your dog, a sock can carry scent, identity, routine, emotional meaning, and social value. It may represent you more than almost anything else in the house, which means when your dog steals your sock, they may not just be taking fabric, they may be taking something deeply connected to the person who matters most in their world. That sounds dramatic. But once you understand how dogs experience scent, attachment, reward, and attention, the missing sock starts making a lot more sense. Humans live in a visual world. We notice shape, color, movement, design. Dogs live in a scent-dominated world. A dog's nose can process information at a level humans can barely imagine. Where you see laundry, your dog may detect layers of information. Where you walked, how stressed you were, what room you spent time in, what soap you used, what shoes you wore, whether the sock is clean, worn, damp, fresh, old, or recently touched, and most importantly, who it belongs to. To many dogs, your sock is one of the strongest personal scent objects in the house. It carries traces from your skin, sweat glands, movement patterns, and daily routine. That makes it psychologically significant. Think about it. You leave the house. Your dog misses you. What object smells most like you? Not the coffee table, not the TV remote, not the decorative pillow. Often something soft, portable, and heavily scented by direct contact. A sock is almost perfect, which means what looks like theft may sometimes be comfort-seeking. Your dog may carry your sock to their bed, corner, crate, or favorite resting place because it helps them feel closer to you. Many owners report finding stolen socks, not destroyed, just relocated. That matters, because destruction and possession are different motives. A shredded sock can mean play, chewing needs, overstimulation, boredom, or reward history. A carefully carried sock resting beside the dog often suggests something else: connection, presence, a scent proxy for the person they prefer. This is especially common in dogs strongly attached to one household member. The sock becomes a portable version of you. And if you've ever come home to find your dog asleep beside stolen clothing, that behavior may be more emotional than mischievous. But attachment is only one layer. There's also the psychology of value. Dogs watch humans constantly. They notice what gets handled often, what gets protected, what causes reactions, what moves quickly, what creates excitement. And socks check many boxes. Humans search for them, pick them up daily, store them in special places, react dramatically when they disappear, rush after dogs who steal them, use animated voices, laugh, chase, trade treats, negotiate. In other words, owners accidentally teach dogs that socks are high-value social objects. Your dog may not begin life caring about socks. They may learn to care because you clearly do. This happens more than people realize. Imagine you're a dog. There are 10 objects in a room. 9 create no reaction. 1 causes the human to suddenly stand up, shout your name, run toward you, and become fully engaged. Which object becomes interesting? Exactly, the sock. This is why many dogs steal socks and then instantly look back at you. They are checking whether the game has started, and for many households, it has. The chase dynamic is incredibly rewarding. Movement triggers instinct. Fast motion activates pursuit systems. Attention feels stimulating. Interaction feels exciting. So when your dog grabs a sock and runs, they may be combining multiple rewards at once. Object acquired, human activated, game initiated, adrenaline rising, success. Then owners unknowingly reinforce it further. They laugh, they record videos, they yell playfully, they trade food for the sock, they chase harder next time. From the dog's perspective, this behavior has outstanding results. That's how habits form. But there's another reason socks are common targets: texture. Dogs explore the world with mouth and paws. Soft fabric can be satisfying to carry, easy to grip, flexible, warm, compressible, chewable, portable. Unlike a heavy shoe or hard object, socks are lightweight, prey-like items. They flop when shaken. They slide when grabbed. They move dramatically during chase. That matters more than humans think. Many dog behaviors make sense once you remember they evolved around grabbing, carrying, tearing, retrieving, and investigating objects with the mouth. A sock happens to fit many of those instincts perfectly. Now let's talk about the dogs who steal socks, but never destroy them. These dogs often carry socks gently through the house, then place them somewhere specific: a bed, a rug, a couch, a crate, your doorway. Why? Because carrying can itself be emotionally regulating. Many dogs self-soothe through holding objects. Some breeds are especially prone to this because of retrieval genetics. They were selected to carry items softly in the mouth. For these dogs, walking around with a sock can be calming, satisfying, and grounding, like pacing with a comfort object. To owners, it looks silly. To the dog, it may feel excellent. Then there are the strategic thieves, the dogs who wait until you're distracted, slip into the laundry room, target one sock, then disappear silently. These dogs reveal something else. Dogs can be astonishingly good pattern readers. They know when you shower, when drawers open, when laundry appears, when guests arrive, when your attention is elsewhere, when you are least likely to interrupt the mission. That's not criminal genius. It's observational learning. Dogs study routines because routines predict outcomes. And in your house, laundry often predicts opportunity. Some dogs even prefer dirty socks over clean ones. Humans hate hearing that. But from the dog's sensory perspective, stronger scent often means richer information. Clean socks may smell like detergent. Used socks smell like you. That distinction can matter enormously, which means the grossest sock to you may be the most psychologically meaningful sock to them. Now, an important warning. Not all sock stealing is harmless. If your dog chews and swallows fabric, that becomes a serious risk. Some dogs ingest socks partially or fully, leading to choking, vomiting, intestinal blockage, emergency surgery, or worse. This is not cute mischief. It is dangerous behavior requiring management and often professional guidance, especially in young dogs, anxious dogs, understimulated dogs, or compulsive individuals. So context matters. Carrying a sock is one thing, consuming a sock is another. Owners often miss the emotional roots of destructive sock behavior too. Boredom can drive object theft. Dogs lacking mental stimulation often create their own jobs. Sock stealing can become enrichment. Anxious dogs may seek heavily scented items during separation. Under-exercised dogs may turn theft into excitement. Dogs punished unpredictably may learn to steal and run. Even teething puppies may target socks simply because soft, chewable fabric feels relieving. Same object, very different psychology. That's why effective solutions depend on cause, not symptom. Take the sock away without understanding motive, and the behavior often returns in another form. Steal towels, underwear, shoes, remote controls, pillows, trash, because the real need remains unmet. So what actually helps? First, remove easy access if swallowing or destruction is possible. Laundry baskets with lids, closed doors, higher storage. Second, increase legitimate outlets, sniff games, retrieving games, chew options, puzzle feeding, training sessions. Third, stop accidentally rewarding theft with dramatic chase scenes. Calmly trade, redirect, reward drop cues. Make returning objects profitable, not stealing them. Fourth, notice emotional timing. Does theft happen when you leave? When guests come? When the dog is bored? At night? After missed walks? Patterns reveal causes. Dogs speak through repetition, and repetition tells the truth. There's also something unexpectedly touching hidden in this behavior. Many dogs do not steal random fabric. They steal your fabric. Not everyone's. Not the guest towel. Not the decorative blanket. Not the clean rag in the garage. They choose the object richest in your scent. That means even annoying behavior may contain preference, selection, attachment, you. Your dog may have a whole house of objects available and still choose the thing that smells most like the person they care about. That doesn't excuse missing socks, but it does change the story. Now consider the dogs who present socks proudly to owners. They don't run, they bring it to you, tail wagging, eyes bright. Why? Often because they learn socks create interaction. The sock becomes a social key, a way to start something. Play with me, notice me, talk to me, chase me, trade me, engage with me. In this sense, the sock is less object and more language. Dogs often use what works, and if socks reliably open communication, socks become tools. Some owners wonder why dogs steal only one sock instead of pairs. The answer is usually practical. One is easier to grab, easier to run with, easier to shake, and psychologically, one sock is enough to trigger your reaction. Why carry two when one launches the whole event? Efficient mischief. Another question, why do some dogs grow out of it? Because needs change. Puppies mature, training improves, anxiety decreases, exercise increases, households stop reinforcing it, other outlets become available. But some dogs never fully stop, especially if the behavior became emotionally rewarding for years. By then, sock stealing is tradition, a household ritual, a private joke understood by both species. And maybe that's why people laugh even while frustrated, because somewhere underneath the inconvenience, they recognize intention, personality, relationship. A dog choosing interaction in the strange, inconvenient way dogs often do. So the next time you discover one missing sock, don't assume your dog is simply naughty. They may be seeking scent comfort. They may be asking for engagement. They may be chasing stimulation. They may be repeating a reward history you accidentally built together. They may be self-soothing. They may be bored. They may be brilliant. Or they may just know exactly how to get your attention faster than any toy ever could. Because to your dog, a sock is not just fabric. It is scent, movement, value, game, connection, and sometimes a small, stolen piece of the human they love most. If this changed the way you see your dog, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below. Does your dog steal socks, ignore socks, or only steal the expensive ones? And if your dog follows you into the bathroom and waits outside the door, the psychology behind that behavior is even stranger than you think.